Welcome to another episode on the Law Report, episode 24. Today I will just do a short episode and the discussion will be on credibility in criminal proceedings, and I must confess that I'm driven to do this episode based on the recent case of the actor Johnny Depp and the actress Amber Heard that played out in the U.S. court in the state of Virginia, where Mr. Depp was awarded some $15 million in damages for defamation, and Miss Heard in turn was awarded by the same jury $2 million and one count of a suit against Mr. Depp. But before I get into the meat of the discussion and credibility, my usual disclaimer: this is not legal advice. This should not be construed as legal advice. For legal advice, please contact an attorney of your choice. Welcome back. It is beyond dispute that many legal analysts who have followed the case of Johnny Depp and Amber Heard concluded that Miss Heard lost the case primarily because the jury did not find her to be an honest witness. And what that means is that the jury found that Miss Heard was not a credible witness. Now, in any case in court or any court proceedings, be it criminal or civil, credibility plays a major issue. And I have come across an article published by Entertainment Weekly where two attorneys were asked about the case and they gave their views on the matter, and both attorneys were of the view that credibility played a major role in the case. So what is credibility? Now, a credible witness is a witness who comes across to the jury or to the judge or to the court in general as a competent and trustworthy witness, a witness who is worthy of belief. Their testimony is assumed to be more than likely to be true due to their experience, their knowledge, their training, and their sense of honesty. Judges and jurors will use these factors to determine whether they believe the witness is credible or not. I'm back to discuss the article on Entertainment Weekly. So the two attorneys who were interviewed by Entertainment Weekly are Neama Rahmani and Valentina Shaknes. And Rahmani was asked if she, and I'm assuming that this person is a female, and she was asked if she was surprised by the verdict, and she said it was surprising. Now, it certainly wasn't surprising that he won. After their testimony, because Johnny Depp was probably one of the best witnesses I have ever seen on the stand. Depp was likable, he was credible, and Hard was not. I think the jurors saw through, and they punished her as a result. Miss Shaknes was asked the same question, and she too said that she was surprised. But she went on to say, it sort of took me a minute to figure out how the both could be awarded damages, how they both could be right. Neither of them got the full amount of damages they were sued for, but they both got compensatory, partial compensatory damages. And then, of course, on top of that, Johnny got punitive damages. They were reduced in accordance to the statutory maximum, but still the jury awarded him 50% of the amount of the compensatory damages they awarded. So yes, I was surprised of the result. Then they were asked, what are some of the factors that made Hard appear not credible? And Rahmani answered in this way. First, let's talk about Hard's testimony. She testified that she thought Depp was going to kill her. She testified that Depp hit her so many times that she lost count. The pictures and videos she showed the jury, and she showed the entire wall, do not match her description of the injuries. She described an attempted murder, a felony assault. What we saw at best was a misdemeanor battery. The other issue was that Hard accepted no responsibility for what happened. The jurors heard her on video and audio being verbally abusive. Witness testified too, saying that this was a mutually toxic relationship. But what did Amber say? She said she only hit Johnny once during that infamous staircase incident. I don't know if it was narcissism. I don't know if it was bad legal advice. I don't know if it was her PR team that didn't want her to admit anything, or her just being overconfident after the victory in the UK. But it was clear that it was a mistake for her to take such an extreme position when a more nuanced approach may have been a path to victory for her. The same question was posed to Miss Shaknes, and she responded this way. I think that two things happened here. One, Johnny was able to tell a more coherent, more credible, more believable story. And then on top of that, he had other external witnesses and other information that was able to sort of confirm different portions of his testimony. So overall, he was more credible. The jury found him more believable. Is there one piece of evidence that the jury found so compelling? I seriously doubt it. I'm absolutely convinced that it was the cumulative impact of all of the evidence during this more than 6 weeks trial. So there we have it. Two legal experts having asked the same question came to the same conclusion, that the credibility of Miss Hard played a major role in the jury's decision. And the point was made that she refused to take responsibility for anything. There are people who may be charged with a criminal offense or may be sued in a civil case, and they may be advised or they may believe, if they admit to any sort of conduct that may reflect negatively on their case, that it is likely that they will lose the case. That is not my experience. In my respectful view, there are times when a witness, a complainant, a plaintiff has to take responsibility for their own actions and accept to some uncomfortable truths if it is the truth. And in my view, a jury or a judge is more likely to accept other testimony as being truthful from a witness who have accepted wrong or fault when the evidence clearly suggests that that is the case. It is the blatant and blanket denial when there is evidence to the contrary that damages a witness' credibility beyond return. And I could speak very briefly from experience. I had a child in 2020 where certain things were put to the witness, and the witness denied. The only problem was that the suggestions that were put to that witness were in black and white. And then when confronted with the suggestions in black and white, which he knew and ought to have known, the witness had what I normally refer to as a Ralph Cramden moment. And for those of you who are old enough to remember the Honeymooners, where Jackie Gleason starred as Ralph Cramden, you will know what I'm talking to. When confronted with difficult situations, he goes into a stutter, and that was exactly what happened to that witness. And in my respectful view, his reputation took a hit, and I don't believe that it ever recovered. This is where I will leave it for today, and I will see you in another episode.